Oh my god. Well, my first time here with Anchor, and that's probably your first time listening to me. That's perfectly fine. As the channel suggests, we're going to be focusing on some thoughts here, whether it's yours, mine, or other people's. I'm not going to really focus on my thoughts too much here. I know it's late. It's like 2:43 a.m. here where I am here in Houston. Yeah, it's basically the middle of the night as far as I'm concerned. I'm not really a day person, and it doesn't really matter. The thought here is feelings. As far as anyone else is concerned, how you feel, how you think you're feeling, and what you actually do with those feelings depends on the person or the individual or that person's persona. And the only reason that I'm pointing this out is that daily we run into people and we think that we feel something for them, and most of the time we do not. Or the opposite is true. We don't think about it at all, our feelings whatsoever towards certain people, and just think that they're regular people. This is not true, and it's not fair to the other person, all things considered. I want you to think about this, and this is the thought for today, okay? When you see a person sitting on the side of the road, what's the first thing that comes to mind? You're like, okay, you bum, why don't you just go get a job? And that's the typical response from a lot of people. Some people, they care enough to go see how the person's doing, give them something to eat or a little bit of money. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, there are some people out there that go sit on the side of the road despite having a good job and despite, being able to do the right thing, but choose not to and stand on the side of the road with a sign. But then there are the few who get mixed up with them that people don't care for because they're so used to people in general, I'm speaking in general here, doing things like that just to scam people out of money. Now, the difference here is actually being able to tell if the person is being legit or not. Usually, not always is it about the way they dress, but the way they carry themselves and how they look at people, okay? If you give them something minuscule, something simple, and they appreciate it, like you've just given them a golden ticket to revival. Like, I ran into a guy earlier sitting on the side of the road, and he looked like he was cold, he was having a bad day. Like, I think the temperature was 34 degrees. And this is in the middle of the night, granted. 3 a.m., if you will. Underneath the Highway 290. And the person, I just happened to have an extra hamburger with me. And for whatever reason, he had a sign sitting next to him that said, "Hungry, will eat anything." I didn't know if he was a real person actually sitting on the side of the road because he needed the food, or if he was someone who was faking it just to make it look legit since it was the middle of the night. And I gave him the hamburger. The smile that was on his face was priceless. Start with something small and see if the person is real. So this is my thought for you guys for today. How would you feel if you were in that person's position and because of other people doing the wrong thing, you were considered one of them and everyone treated you like trash? Consider this thought, okay? Along with all the other people that, don't have as much and wish that they could be where you are right now. You have everything that could possibly go for you, and yet you ignore the ones who need help because you're like, oh, they can do so much better. They can get a job and they can do better. Some people can't. Some people don't have that choice. Some people have had their identity stolen from them and they can't even prove who they are. Consider the other person, how they feel, because that could be you. It could be you.